because we are the media, we bring that concern in front of you. In your first term, you mentioned to fix the landlord tenant board. And the second term also, we hear the same concern from the residents. Landlord says they don't have any rights because if case goes to the LTP and it comes in the favor of a victim, then victim has to go to the small courts to follow that case. So they are into the court system for approximately 18, 16 months or 24 months. Then also they don't get a justice. The landlords, they don't get their money, what they lost in the unpaid rents. How to fix that system? And we have Attorney General also here. We would like to hear from them also. Is that hard to fix the LTB system here in Ontario? Thank you.
Well, before I pass it to the Attorney General, you know, we have some of the, well, we do have the toughest tenant laws in the entire country, bar none. But the pendulum has swung the other way now. People are taking advantage, and I'm not talking about the big landlords that own 2,000 units or whatever. I'm talking about the mom and pops that have saved everything throughout their lives to have another income property. And these people are going in and just totally taking advantage of them. I heard a story yesterday, and this is staggering. A 96-year-old woman had tenants downstairs. They had a flooding problem. So what she said is, I'm going to move in with one of my kids until we get this fixed. Well, it took a couple months, 2 or 3 months, and the tenants moved upstairs and everything's hunky-dory. This poor lady goes back and they locked her out of her own home. They got it fixed, but you got to be kidding me. These are the problems that we're seeing over and over again. The abuse that some tenants taking advantage, little mom and pop folks that are just trying to make a living. They've had to take other mortgages out on their property. You know, we're fixing it, but I'm going to hand it over to the Attorney General. And we have to make changes, and we need to make them immediately. And I know the Attorney General is working on it as we speak.
Good to see you, Nitin. You know, the Landlord Tenant Board, we've doubled the number of full-time adjudicators. We had a backlog through COVID. That's down significantly. The traditional number of hearings per year is about 80,000, 85,000. Last year was 100,000. The non-payment of rent is normally about 80% of the caseload. It's now 50%, so the rest are more complicated. But all of that said, we hear the frustration. The Premier has been very clear. I am told, fix this thing, get it back to where we will encourage people to rent out their units where they're currently not renting because they're not satisfied with the system. So we hear the frustration. I believe I have a mandate to fix it. We are back on the job. The police are working hard.